They weren't going to feed the hungry children or look for world peace. It was just time to do cocaine and watch a hot chick roll around on the floor.
You're looking for any type of getaway, and Poison provided that.
Jay just used the word ominous, sinister. Like, fuck, who had the thesaurus out this week?
Along with Living on a Prayer. If you want fun in an 80s video, that's it.
It's 1992 and Axl Rose is fucking depressed because Nirvana will do that to a guy.
I'm a huge fan of desert hair metal.
Back when you were masturbating 7 times a day, you loved cherry pie.
Now it's just six.
But now you're only masturbating 4 times a day, so it's not that important anymore.
They bring home the somberness or the sadness or whatever it is. You're right. That's a great video.
And the Britney Fox Girls School video enhanced my erection.
I'm just glad you didn't say the final countdown because I hate that fucking song.
Here's where I got Warrant doing the bitter pill.
Ooh!
Ooh.
No
All
shit.
right.
But does anybody not like big boobs?
Hey, here. You heard it here first. I am not a big boob guy. I kind of like just the regular,
Man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, girls just love Jay for his big dictionary.
It's funny, it's ridiculous, it's over the top, but it's so entertaining.
You probably can't see my erection, but trust me, it's there. Welcome to the Hair Metal Guru. My name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. And holy shit, we got these 4 sexy bitches here. Sorry, Mariah, you're not a bitch. But the other 2 are. To talk about the greatest hair metal videos of all time. And I'll be honest, I had to re-record the intro because I'm sick. And apparently, the first time I said it was the greatest ballads. Well, I do love pussy ballads, and I probably can't get my head off them. Anyway, we are talking about the greatest hair metal videos of all time. And with that, let's meet our contestants. And we got Mariah below me wearing the Warrant Cherry Pie shirt. So I'm kind of wondering if Warrant might be making an appearance on her list. Mariah, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you. No spoilers. No spoilers. It might. But no, thanks for having me. It's always a good time. I'm super excited, and hey, there's a lot of great videos out there. So
Hell yeah. Hell, and before I like there are so many fucking videos. So I don't know about. I just kind of went down a list, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be in. I mean, I'm sure I missed a ton. So
yeah, you can't see them all. You can't remember them all.
Right, you can't remember them all. So could there be a part 2? There could be a part 2. Right next to Mariah, we have Jay, guitar player for City to City and Stone Park Ritual. Jay, welcome back to the show.
Always a pleasure to be back, G. Always.
All right, and above him, we have Ryan, the vocalist for not only City to City, but Metalcast, and rumor has it that I, the Guru, might be making an appearance at some point on a Metalcast song. So I'm so fucking pumped for that. And Ryan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it very much so.
All right. Hey, before I get into it, hey, follow me on X at Hair Metal Guru. I'll put Mariah and Jay, I'll put your stuff up there. Every Saturday night, FYI, I host Hair Metal Mansion on Rock 101 KLOL from 6 to 8 Central Time. I would love it if you checked that out. And there is Hair Metal Guru merch. And that link, we have shirts. We have even ladies' shirts. So I'm hoping Mariah buys one so she'll model it for us.
I will definitely be doing so.
And that link is down in the fucking description. So if you want to buy some merch, hey, great. And with that, our 10 favorite hair metal videos of all time. Let's get into it. And we are going to start with Mariah. And we're going to go Mariah, Jay, Ryan, myself. I know I sound like shit, but I'm going to survive. I will make it. Mariah, anybody have any comments about like coming up with their list? Like, did it
Too easy.
Yeah.
hard?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of hard just because of the sheer amount of videos you could watch. I went down such a like a rabbit trail, rabbit hole, whatever it is today, watching so many videos. I saw
Yeah,
so many videos that I go, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, that was
yeah.
good. And just so many videos, but it was fun. It was hard to narrow it down, and it was also hard. There is a band that repeats once. I
Okay.
tried to not have that, but then I'm like, no, but I love that video so much, it has to be in there.
I
But up with
I had
that,
to say I
difficult.
didn't do any repeats. I wanted to, and that is why maybe we'll have to do a part two. But I actually went on X, follow me at Hair Metal Guru, and put a shout out like, hey, what are the best hair metal videos? So I did get a bunch of suggestions, and I actually took a couple because I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about that. So anyway, Jay and Ryan, difficult, easy to come up with your list.
Pretty easy. I have a just like with anything else, I have kind of a unique set of guidelines I follow for doing this stuff. Um, I like my videos for the most part to all tell a story. So using that
Me too.
simple.
Jay has
Yeah.
guidelines and rules for when he talks about hair metal. He just doesn't have any guidelines or rules when it comes from the chicks that he's with. So, if anybody's interested, he is single. So, okay, Ryan, how about you? Coming up with your list?
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah. I just try not I try not to choose like just my favorite bands or songs, you know? I kind of
Yep.
wanted to like branch out of the videos
Yes.
that like always caught my eye. Like absent is like AC/DC, Def Leppard, Poison, Scorpions, Hardline. Like I didn't choose them, you know, and it's kind of weird that I didn't, but also I noticed it like a theme that apparently has always caught my eye, which I'll explain as the videos go on, but just kind of like Jay talking about like storytelling,
Yeah.
a totally different, very odd theme I realized kind of caught my eye of these videos. So we'll see if anybody else has something similar.
That's
The theme is that you rank them according to how attractive the guys in the band were for each of the videos.
Well, yeah, number 10 would suggest that exactly, but that isn't the case this time.
yeah.
No, I noticed themes for me too, though. That came up for sure.
Same. And I Ryan's right. I was like, don't just pick your favorite song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pick something where the video actually does make the song or expand your love on it, or you just love to watch it because you're like, fuck, that's a fun video, or it has a cool story. So a lot of great bands, didn't make the cut, but
Mhm.
cool stories or and some shit I picked because they were funny, and I was like, oh fuck, that just made me laugh. So I'm like, so with that. 10, the greatest videos of all time in hair metal. Mariah, what's your number 10?
Yeah, so I feel like my list is a little bit more mainstream than I would have for anything else, just
Yeah.
because singles are what videos were made for. Um, but number 10, I have Janie's Got a Gun by Aerosmith, which I feel like counts. It's right in that 90s
Yes.
kind of thing. But again, it's one of those storytelling songs, which I love those. It's got very interesting, very sad story. I like the how it's kind of dark blue. The whole thing is kind of tinted dark blue, gives it a bit of that sad, feeling. And you've got Steven Tyler singing and the band playing, cut in between clips of, Janie and kind of her story. And I just always thought that was a really cool, haunting video that always captures my attention every time I watch it. So that's my number 10.
Um, and I mean that was such a different subject matter for Aeros. Some people are going to say Aerosmith's not hair metal, but fuck, on Permanent Vacation and Pump, they fit right into what hair metal was doing. So whatever, it doesn't have to strictly be a hair metal band, but
No.
that was different subject matter than you were getting, and I thought that was great. I love that Pump album, though I will say that album title sucks, Pump.
Mhm.
And what the cover of it was like a pickup truck or something, and it said,
On top of another one, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was lame, but the songs were good.
we need to
That was
do it. We need to do a video on like lame album covers because Aerosmith Pump might make mine. So okay,
But if you think about it, though, I mean, for Aerosmith, it made perfect sense. Tongue in cheek, very firmly. That's what Steven Tyler did best.
Yeah, I get
True.
it. All
True.
right.
And unfortunately, there's a million worse album covers
Fuck.
within even like the 5 years around that. You can find a lot worse. So as that was, as much as that one's not great and you expect better from a big established band like Aerosmith, they're so much worse.
But that album went 6 times platinum, so what the fuck do I know? You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Guess
You
it
know
would
that
have been better.
Jergens hand lotion smells good now.
Hey, I've been so sick all day that I've had to blow my nose like 50,000 times. So I told these guys, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear this, but you know how your nose gets chapped? Like I've been fucking rubbing lotion in my nose and shit. So I can try to give you guys the best possible performance tonight. So it's always embarrassing when I can't perform at night, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, what's your number 10?
Fairly new song. Tears of Blood by Winger. The video, I mean, I love Winger, but while the video doesn't really tell a story, it sets a real dark and ominous mood, which for Winger is a little bit bizarre, but Winger has their heavy moments, and fuck it, I dig it.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm sure I've watched it because every time Winger comes out with a single, I'm sure I watch it, but I probably watched it once. I don't remember it, so I need to check. What was the song called again?
Tears of Blood.
And is that on the seven? Is it the seven album?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's on their latest album.
That's my favorite song from the album. I've not seen that video, but I love that song. That song is so
Yeah,
good.
I mean, bunch of candles. I mean, it just sets a real, almost sinister feel to it.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
Jay just used the word ominous, sinister. Like, fuck, who had the thesaurus out this week? Wow,
Not me.
good for you. Hey, girls just love Jay for his big dictionary.
Well,
20
amongst other
bucks. Hey,
things.
20 bucks says that ends up in the opening montage. What's up? All right, Ryan,
Well
what's your
played,
number 10?
G.
All right, number 10 here, as predicted, Mariah. I got White Lion doing Wait. And my little tease disclaimer was I like classy music videos. I like it when these guys try to class it up a little bit. So, you know, you got a fancy room with columns and the fancier clothes. But we get a little everything on this video. Close up, shredding solo, cool camera work, and it happens to be also an epically great song.
Shit. Yeah. I love that song. I know, and like we were talking about, there's so many fucking videos. Like, so right now it's hard for me to just envision the video of what happened, but I have no doubt it's great. And you probably think Mike Tramp looks like a sexy bitch in that video, so
Obviously.
obviously. Okay. My number 10. Ryan, I'm dedicating this one to you because it is by the band Y&T.
Oh, yeah.
And I was reminded of this video today. I actually went out on X and was like, hey, remind me of some of the great hair metal videos because I'm like, fuck it, you can sit and watch videos all day. And so somebody's like, remember the video from Don't Stop Running? And I'm like, shit, yeah. So I go back and watch it again, and I was dying laughing. I'm like, this has to make my list. This geek is at school and he asks this chick out, and she's like, "You're such a dork," blah blah blah. Turns him down, says, "I'm going out with Steve or whatever, like some cool guy." So then the guy goes home, and this is a great song, by the way. Don't Stop Running. The guy goes home and puts on his headphones, starts listening to Y&T. He's got like Y&T posters all over. And if you remember, back in the mid '80s, they were using like this robot as like their mascot would be on the cover of a lot of their albums. So he's listening to Y&T and he turns into like a superhero robot, and he starts flying towards this chick who's out with this guy. Well, they run into a bunch of hoodlums, and her cool boyfriend bails, and these hoodlum bullies are like fucking with her. Well, here comes fucking superhero Y&T robot boy flying in and saves her. And he's like, you know, she's passed out. He's beat up the bullies and he starts carrying her out. And it's like they're gonna, he's gonna go bang the shit out of her and they're gonna have little YMP robot babies, but she wakes up, realizes he's a robot, and runs off, and he starts crying, and then he wakes up. But when he wakes up, it's like the robot costume is still there. Anyway, it's cheesy as fuck, but it's as gloriously 80s as you can be. So I know I'm going to revisit that thing constantly. So just got reminded of it today. Y&T is my number 10.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, dude. You know how I feel about Y&T.
Right.
And,
That's right.
and as a little bit of trivia, do you know the robot's name?
Isn't it Clint?
Oh, it's Rock.
No, shit. Fuck. Okay. Fuck.
Very, very
Right.
creative. Very creative.
And the album was titled "In Rock We Trust."
Yes, yeah, and he came out on stage
Yes.
on that tour. Very cool. I'm really pumped that you put that on there.
Yes. I think at some point we need a Y&T video, whether it's a 10 things or top 10 songs or something. So anyway.
That would be fucking awesome, just so you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're invited. All right. Let's move on to our number 9s. Mariah, what's your number 9?
Yeah, my number 9 is I Still Think About You by Danger Danger.
Ooh.
I've realized a theme, and you'll see this. I like when they use black and white in these music videos because you don't always see it. That's not obviously what people go to first. And I like that it's kind of almost like a remembering and reminiscing on memories, and you're seeing the band, and I've just always thought that that was a really cool video, and it kind of sits there and it makes you think, and it makes you kind of think back on other songs, and they have kind of like Easter eggs, callbacks, or whatever to previous times, previous songs, and I've always really enjoyed that video. So that would be my number 9.
I don't remember the video off the top of my head, but that is one of my favorite ballads of all time. It's absolutely
So good.
heartbreaking. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard that song. I was listening to the radio and all of a sudden fucking here comes they're like, "Hey, here's the new Danger Danger single." And I know I bought that thing right, but maybe not right away. And they start playing and I'm like, "Fuck. Holy shit, that's like heartbreaking." Like, and I'll be honest, it reminded me of the girl I got the I Saw Red tattoo over. So
Mhm.
anyway.
Yeah, and I think the video paired perfectly with it. It just added to it and it enhanced the song, which is what you want any good video to do.
If that thing had come out in 1989, it probably goes to number 1, or it's like Warrant's Heaven, up
Yep.
in the top 5. It came out in 19. Well, the album came out in 91, but I think that single was released in 92, so it was fucked. But anyway,
Yeah. Such a good song though.
oh,
It's so disappointing.
totally. All right, Jay, what's your number 9?
Um, Dr. Feelgood. I
Classic.
love, well, there's two versions of it. Not the desert version, the one that shows the fucking drug bullshit. Um, I love all the fire. I like the fucking I like the cute little sign in the fucking window of the tattoo shop. If you've ever read the little sign,
What does it say?
surprised it hasn't been edited out by now. It says no fags,
Oh, gee.
Shit.
but it's Motley's attitude at their biggest and possibly their finest.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, lots of fire and shit and like the drug deal that's gonna go down. But
Yep.
yeah, great song, big, huge album. So okay. All right. Ryan, what's your number 9?
All right, here's where I got Warrant doing The Bitter Pill.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Oh,
All
shit.
right. All right. I just threw that curveball right
Yes.
there.
I like
Okay.
it.
I like it.
It's the end of the era for these guys. The fellas look really cool, I think. There's definitely less of an 80s look, except for Stephen Sweet, who's still very much holding true. But it works. again, it's like a really cool kind of classy setting, and like Jay said, like candles. It's almost like a castle or a church or something. You got like the split camera work with two Janies kind of singing the split talk back verses. I just thought it was really cool, and Warrant screams a million other videos.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll probably get into them.
Yep.
I love them as well, but I thought this one was actually pretty cool, and it's such a cool song. So there you have it.
As soon as I started thinking about Warrant videos, that one kind of escapes your mind because it wasn't massive, like some of the other ones. But that's a great fuck. I remember hearing that, you know, th- that thing apparently cost a couple $100,000. I don't know, exactly, but a huge budget, and then put it out, and it barely gets played.
Yeah.
And obviously that's the song, the ballad that they're hoping like, fuck, maybe this will save Dog Eat Dog.
Yeah.
It back up. Didn't happen. Great song though. And
No,
what about
agree.
the acoustic version? They did the same thing with Bitter Pill that they did with I Saw Red. Released a regular video, then an acoustic video, and the acoustic version was really great too. So if you have,
I like the acoustic video a lot as well.
yeah, totally,
I thought about putting that one on my list
totally.
because it kind of feels reflective like the song does, and then he's walking around the streets of whatever city next to that church with the guitar. Kind of feels like he's deep in thought, and I always thought that was a really cool video.
Totally. My number 9. So a lot of times ballads we're gonna get cool stories and shit. So I tried to like make sure I had some fun rock stuff because I do have my fair share of ballads in this. But I think that the video for Brittany Fox's Girls School is fucking iconic in the history of hair metal. If you remember, like, so the band's playing the song, and all of a sudden they show this classroom. Have you guys ever seen the movie Porky's?
I love Porky's.
Love Porky's. The teacher in the video for Girls School kind of looks like Mrs. Ballbreaker from Porky's. And so they're sitting down learning, and all of a sudden Brittany Fox is fucking playing Girls School, and the epic guitar riff comes in. And the girls start getting all hot and bothered, and the teacher's like fucking trying to get them to calm down, and they're watching Brittany Fox rock, and like as the video goes on, pretty soon the teacher, Mrs. Ballbreaker, is like, fuck, she can't help it. She just starts getting sucked into the music and starts getting into it. And then eventually the band's in the classroom, and Dizzy Dean's sitting at the desk. Michael Kelly Smith is soloing, and all these chicks are drooling at his feet. And then like the song ends, and everything's quiet, and the teacher looks frazzled, like Dizzy Dean probably took her to the janitor's closet and licked her flood duster for a while. Anyway, yeah, she looks like she just had the big O. Anyway, great song, fantastic video, unforgettable, and I think iconic. So Brittany Fox is my number 9.
So I have a
when she tries to
question.
cut off the headphones.
What's that?
I like that she tries to cut off the headphones, and then the music comes to them anyways, and it's like, well, you cut them off, and they're coming back stronger than than what you had. So,
yes, exactly. That's right. What were you saying, Jay?
I got a good question for you. In thinking of Porky's now, because that movie's just fucking awesome. Did you want Ballbreaker to grab your tallywhacker?
Hey, when you're a teenager, you pretty much want anybody to grab your tallywhacker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
That might be
the lead schoolgirl in that video. The lead schoolgirl, her name is Kim Anderson. If anybody wants to look her up, she
was a smoke show.
Yeah, if we ever do a hottest part 2, which is coming out, and we get to include the females, let's just say she's going to be probably my number 1.
We did. It's not out. We did a video on the 10 hottest dudes in hair metal, and there will be a 10 hottest chicks because Mariah wants to talk about her lesbian fantasies. So there will be 10 hottest chicks, and it could be rockers or video vixens. So, anyway.
Yep, it's just me that wants to talk about them, guys. Just me.
That's right. That's right. All the guys are like, Okay,
Oh,
fine,
this
Mariah.
again?
We'll talk about girls if you want us to. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. We know. Hey, we know you guys all prefer talking about men, anyways. So
Well, I think Ryan
get
does.
out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Come on.
All right, we're on to our number 8. Mariah, what's your number 8?
Yeah, my number 8, I have one of my favorite songs of all time, but the video is also great, and that is "Something to Believe In" by Poison. I
Oh,
love I
yes.
love the song. I love the video. I love the video. It kind of shows, like, it kind of seems like a baby going into a man, and then him kind of looking back, almost on life, but also just looking back at other people's experiences and the money being ripped from people's hands. And there's a lot of really cool visuals, and it feels very reflective, and it makes you kind of feel almost more thoughtful watching the video and than you would otherwise. But it's a very powerful video. I like the message that the video has. I like the message of the song. I love everything about it, together and separate. So
And well, I love the dedication to the Vietnam vets, and there's the part, and you see him in the video where they talk about the security guy, Chemo, that died,
yep.
and check out my Ricky Rocket interview because he talked about that. And so, phenomenal song. It didn't make my list. I'll be honest. Poison is on my list, and I could have easily picked that song, but and no problem that you did two songs of a band. I tried to keep it to one, so I only had one Poison song, but they had great videos in
No,
that.
they did. They did. I mean, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. Poison is the band that I have two from.
I figured.
There were two I had to have. I had to have this one, and then there was one other one that I'm like, if I left one of them off, it wouldn't be right. Like, I'm like, nope, that wouldn't be right.
I
So
I had I could have picked this one and one other one, but I do have one that's on there. So
yeah,
okay.
I'm curious to see if it's the same one. But yeah, great song. And the
Yes,
video just
totally.
makes it all the better.
Totally. All right, Jay, what's your number 8?
Nobody Rides for Free by Rat.
Damn.
Oh,
Nice.
A lot of music videos that I like, well, they either tell a story or they were from a movie and they tie the movie footage or in some way in with the band. Um, this video does that pretty damn well. Great song, great movie, great band. So
yeah.
that's my number 8.
Look, and didn't you just see Rat, not or Stephen Piercy, not too long
Stephen
ago,
Pierce, yes.
and met him?
Last month.
So I actually emailed Jason Green, his
Oh, good.
tour manager, and but Jason he said Steven's not currently doing press on podcast or whatever, not doing press. So I was like, all right, well, but I was glad he got back to me right away. So that was
Oh,
cool.
that's nice.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Ryan, what's your number 8?
I'm ashamed for not having that Rat song on there. Dude, that's one of my favorite videos, so it slipped through the cracks. Anyway, my number 8 is Slaughter, Mad About You. I chose this over Up All Night because the fellers were really rolling at this point, and the video intro is killer with the panning in, almost like that circus venue. It works really well. It's basically a performance video with hot chicks sprinkled in, so obviously I'm going to love it. So, Mad About You, killer song, great video.
I don't think I've ever seen a video from that.
I cannot remember that video.
It's just like I said, it almost has like a circus setting, and that's just a live audience, and they're looking real sharp, and they're riding high at this point, and
Totally.
throwing models in randomly for some reason, and it works.
That works, yeah. No, I did watch that one today as part of, I don't even know how many music videos I saw today. Just
Yeah.
in between classes, I was watching videos all day. It was great.
Nice.
But
Well, why don't you talk to us sometime when you have no class? Just kidding. All right, my number 8 was Mariah's, I think, number 10. It's fucking Aerosmith and Janie's Got a Gun. That's a great song, and I kind of said just such a different direction for a hair metal / hard rock band to go. So I know you talked about it a little bit, but like it starts the and it's kind of weird. The family is outside sunbathing, which, the daughter's laying there in this like smoking hot bikini, and the dad and mom are sitting there. And then you can tell the mom realizes the dad is spending a little too much time staring at the daughter. She suspects something. Then you see the dad going into the daughter's bedroom at night, and it's obvious, like, but you see the daughter's face. You can tell that he's messing around with her. And then even worse, the mom sees him come out of the room, and then she obviously gets a gun and blows his ass away. But phenomenal song, and yeah, just subject matter that you weren't gonna. And isn't it kind of ironic because this album came out in '89? Warrant blew up in '89 with a singer named Janie Lane. And then Aerosmith's big hit in '89, maybe it was '90, is Janie's Got a Gun. Anyway, I just always thought that was weird, but great song, fantastic video. I think it won a bunch of awards. So yeah, that's my number 9. 8. It's my number 8. Okay. We are on to our number 7s, and Mariah, kick us off.
Yeah, so for number 7, I have Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, because I feel like that is one of 2 videos, the other one will be on my list later, that perfectly encapsulates like 80s fun, like 80s just craziness, kicks, laughs, smiles, and that and this other video that'll be on later are just pretty iconic
Yep.
for the bands. And I don't even know if it's the top performing song for either of them. I think It's My Life has more YouTube views, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. But I like it. Not as much as Living on a Prayer, but I like it. But yeah, that song, they're just having the time of their lives in that video, and you can just tell this is a band who knows that this is a big song. And it's just such a fun video that sucks you in every time.
I love videos that have cool live performances, but then it also shows them like messing around and joking around backstage, and or on like the video stage, and that's what that video does. And like they're testing out that flying gear. I think that's in Living on a Prayer, isn't
Yep,
it?
yep,
Um, but yeah, not this like crazy storyline, just them on the stage, and that damn near made my list. So yeah, that's iconic song, and I love that video. It was, it signified uh the hugeness of the '80s, I think. So
yep, yep. That one and one other one, and I just think those are 2. This one is just one that encapsulates. This is the '80s, like at its most fun. This is what we all want the '80s to be.
yeah, totally. All right, Jay, what's your number 7?
Vince Neil, you're invited, but your friend can't come.
Oh,
Pauly
yeah.
Shore.
Good
Pauly
one.
Shore.
No, I mean, another great song from a great movie soundtrack. I like all the little shit with Pauly Shore at the beginning of the video. Performance wise, high energy. It's cool seeing Phil Sousa in a video, even though that didn't last long with him being in Vince's band.
Um, I love that movie, Encino Man. I think it's hilarious.
Absolutely. I like how they cut all the stuff from the movie into the video.
Yes.
It's just cool, fun to watch, and he definitely made a statement, being out of Motley Crue at that time.
I don't I don't remember
Yeah.
who said it, but somebody said like if you don't have a big money budget for your video, at least if it's on a soundtrack, at least then you can use the movie clips, and it makes
Right.
your video look big budget when you can put those cool movie clips anyway. So
Yeah.
that was great.
Now I'm being reminded of songs I should have put on my list, and
Yeah.
there was another one too that made me think of a different song, and I go, how did I forget about that one? I love that video.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna go through this. I'm gonna be like, fuck.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, no, that's not my top 10. No, this one is. But I forgot about You Could Be Mine, because that's also a good one with like music, movie stuff cut
Yep.
into it and funny stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, yep.
Yeah, and then
Oops.
pretty soon I'm going to be like, wait a minute, why the fuck did I pick YNT? Don't Stop Running with this goddamn YNT superhero robot when I could have picked these. But that is a fucking cool video. So,
It is. It is.
all right, Ryan, what's your number 7?
Number 7 for me is Heavy Bones doing 4 a.m. TM.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
This song is killer, and a really artistically cool video. And okay, so I almost put Accept doing Midnight Mover in this place due to like kind of the similar camera work. And if you know that video, it was like really groundbreaking. And I'm not a big Accept guy. I don't really do Udo at all. I love the musicianship, but I don't love Udo. But because of that, this video took its place. This one, this video circles the guys in an empty arena, and you could tell that good old Joel Ellis knew exactly where the camera was at all times. He was definitely a showman, and the band looks great, and the video is really different. So that's why I chose it. Yes, I love the song and I love the band, but the video is different and cool, especially for the time.
This just Joel Ellis could have made my sexiest rockers. That guy was a good looking dude.
Yeah, yes, he was.
That's off topic. I know that video. I do like Heavy Bones. I was a much bigger fan of Cats and Boots in a previous band over Heavy Bones, but I think that Cats and Boots album is phenomenal. And Charlie wants to say hi because she's, speaking of making expensive videos, she's making her fucking OnlyFans videos, and for nine a month, you can join her OnlyFans. Okay. All right.
Heavy Bones is a much better band name than Cats and Boots, though.
And Cats and Boots. Oh, fuck. What a dumb band name. Jeez.
It's kind of funny, but it's not very good.
Yes. No. What the hell were they thinking? All right.
Oh, I do like Heavy Bones. I just wish it would have been reissued way sooner because when I heard them and got into them because of that very song, I bought the fucking CD. I think it was on Amazon. I paid almost $100 for it,
Oh
and it
my
had
god!
to be shipped from overseas.
Oh, sure.
Oh wow!
Sure. Wow.
That'll cost a pretty penny.
Hey, somebody watching this knows fucking Heavy Bones or Cats and Boots and knows Joel Ellis. Tell him to get his ass on my channel because I want to interview him.
Nice.
Okay, my number 7, and here's where, yes, ballads sometimes had the potential to have the epic storyline. I already had Janie's Got a Gun, and this is another song that was so different from what hair metal bands or hard rock bands were doing at the time, especially with ballads. It wasn't the Oh Baby, I Love You, I Miss You. It's Faster Pussycat with House of Pain. And I'll be honest, like, I haven't watched that video for a long time because it's fucking hard for me to watch that video. Like that. I remember first hearing that, I was like, that guy is me. Because, in the song, he talks about being 5 years old and all of a sudden his dad's gone and he's like waiting. And he's like, shit, I'm obviously my dad's going to come back. This is my dad. Well, my parents got divorced when I was 4. And I never saw my dad again. And I never got birthday cards or Christmas cards or phone calls or anything. And so you hear this song and he's like, so in the video, at first it shows like this idyllic family. Oh, they're all loving, and the dad playing catch with the son, but then pretty soon there's fighting, and you see the dad hit the mom, and the son sees it, and then it keeps showing all these scenes like, oh, there's the good times, and then there's the bad times, and then suddenly the kid is laying in the bed, and then suddenly he becomes like 18 years old. If you remember in the song, first he's like, I was 5 years old talking to myself, and then later on he's like, I was 18 and still talking to myself. And the kid, as a young adult, is like, fuck this. This guy is like fucked me over. So he goes to find his dad, finds him at his workplace, and then he drops off like an old Father's Day card, and you could like it's like crinkled up, and it's and and even just talking about it like right now, I can kind of get emotional about it because like I related to that so much and used to think like why, geez, why would my dad never even, fucking call me or send me a birthday card or something? So I hadn't watched that video in forever because it was just hard to. So I watched it now. It's fucking it'll make you cry if you let it. And it was such deep subject matter and a lot of people can relate to that. It's fantastic. So House of Pain is my number 7.
Great one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to drag the video down. Like, so it's all good, but
No, no, that one came very close to my list. That's a good one, but it is a hard video to watch. It's a
yeah,
hard song to listen to sometimes too, because I feel like even if it wasn't you, you know someone who was in that kind of
Well,
totally.
position.
that's one of the marks of a great song or a great video. It makes you feel something. So,
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yes, yeah, you're right, Mariah. Even if you grew up with two loving parents, you knew somebody who was like, yep, their dad or maybe their mom, was never around, and you're like, shit, you feel bad about it. So,
Yeah, yeah, and
luckily,
you're right, Jay, too, that a great song makes you feel something, and all the songs, they enhance my view of the song, you know? They bring up the joy, or they bring home the somberness or the sadness or whatever it is. You're right, that's a great video.
and the Britney Fox Girls School video enhanced my erection.
Yeah.
That also enhanced something, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. All right, let's get
your use of Jergens hand lotion.
that's right. That's right. What
You could
could be
file that under joy. I don't know.
Yeah, you can file that under Joy. File that under my. Yeah. Anyway, somebody reach out to Jurgens if they know anybody and say, hey, throw me a couple bucks on the old what the fuck is it called? The old PayPal account, okay? Because I'm helping you out. All right, we're moving on to our number 6s. Mariah, what's your number 6?
Yeah, so this is where the humor one comes in. This is where it's less about making me feel joy or sadness and just laughing at how ridiculous it is, because this is one of those ridiculous videos of the 80s. It's probably best known for being that, and it's We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister.
Yep.
I think almost everyone's seen the video. It's funny, it's ridiculous, it's over the top, but it's so entertaining and it is so fun to watch.
And it's got the guy from Animal House.
Yeah.
Mark
And
Metcalf.
yeah, and it has the big, I mean, there's that extended version where you get the big story. That's probably one of the more iconic videos of not just hair metal, but of the 80s, I think.
Yeah, and I think you had a bunch of videos trying to copy that too. There's plenty of videos I saw where it was like kind of, older, more traditional looking families at dinner tables, or,
Yep,
them showing up in their room or whatever it is. I think that was very copied just because that video made such waves that I think a lot of people, when you say that song, they think of the video and how kind of silly it is.
totally. Jay, I think we're on to your number 6, right?
We are. This ties into my number 7 in a way. Damn Yankees, high enough.
Ooh,
Damn.
Such a good one.
yep, yes.
Oh, I love Damn Yankees, man. Might be the best super group to ever exist. Um, their videos are cool. I mean, their songs are cool. Bummer they got paid off $1 million not to release their third album.
Yep.
But I
It's
mean,
it's too bad they didn't come out earlier because Ted Nugent's
right.
career in the mid 80s was shit. By 85, 86, Styx was basically Night Ranger was still big until around 87, 88. So they,
Once Secret of My Success hit,
yes,
they were pretty much done for after that.
yes,
Yep.
yes. So, like damn it, the first album came out in 90. Awesome, went double platinum. The follow-up came out in 92. Don't Tread and fucking Don't Tread is awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
I think
love
it
both
went
of those
gold.
albums.
Yes.
With
Yep.
High Enough, though, just when I was making my list, I had the image of Ted Nugent busting out of that shack, doing
Yep.
his guitar solo, cops shooting guns and shit at him. Fuck.
That is a great video. That one came close to my list. I just love Damn Yankees.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what's your number 6?
Here's where I got White Snake doing "Still the Night." Okay, I did you think I was gonna choose "Here I Go Again"? Maybe, yeah, but I didn't. Um, the introduction to the new band, Coverdale showing his silhouette in the spotlight, and obviously an epic song, and then Tawny making her debut. So I had to be supporting my fellas tonight.
Look, is that just got Coverdale on the? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, shit.
Oh, interesting.
I'll be damned.
Oh
That's
yeah.
different.
Damn. Uh,
Yeah.
I assumed we were going to hear some White Snake, and I'll just spoiler alert: there is no White Snake on my list, even though
Me neither.
it came damn close.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, I thought about it. There were other ones that were too good to be left off.
Yep.
I thought that was going to be your other very iconic next to Bon Jovi one.
Yeah.
Being Here I Go Again, but it's not.
All right. My number 6. I think this might be the most surprising. Well, fuck, YNT probably might be, but this might be up there with the most surprising songs to make it on this list because you don't ordinarily associate a comedian with hair metal. But do you remember this when Sam Kinison released the song Wild Thing?
Yeah.
That song captured the coked up spirit of the 1980s like nothing else. Her name was Jessica Hahn. She had like huge cannons, and I know fucking Jay likes huge cannons, so I don't really care.
Fuck yes.
But she's like, rolling around on this fucking mat, and every like a member of damn near every big rock star band is in the video, and they're all fucking jamming, and it's Sam Kinison's version of Wild Thing with the these lyrics about girls that have fucked him over and stuff. But like so guys from Rat, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Poison, Guns N' Roses, and then Billy Idol are all in there and they're fucking around and you can tell they're fucking either drunk or high as shit. I'm sure there was a fucking probably they snorted enough Colombian marching powder to kill a small country. Fucking I miss the 80s. But just a fun, there was no deeper meaning. You weren't gonna find fucking they weren't gonna feed the hungry children or look for world peace. It was just time to do cocaine and watch a hot chick roll around on the floor. So, but it was awesome with all those rock stars. So I love that video. Sam Kinison, Wild Thing, number 6.
Yeah,
Very
you say
good.
Jay likes them, but does anybody not like big boobs?
Hey, here. You heard it here first. I am not a big boob guy. I kind of like just the regular,
Man, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean,
I think big.
want a big set of titties right in their face.
I mean, nothing against them. But seriously,
No, that's fair.
if you showed me two girls and one with big, huge, fantastic boobs, or just somebody with like, just like regular little, I'd pick the smaller ones.
Well, hey, even if it's not big ones, my brother likes to say everybody likes boobs. It's just a question of how much.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And shit, what did I say one time? My son told me, one time I said in a video, I said, kiss is like sex. Even when it's not that great, it's still pretty good. And apparently, kids that go to school with my son have started watching this channel. So he's like, yeah, I'm walking around school that week and fucking everybody's coming up to me and saying, kiss is like sex. Anyway,
Yeah, they put the X in
That's
sex.
fucking awesome,
they
man.
put the X in sex. That's right.
Terrible song, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right. That was our number 6s. We're moving on to our number 5s, Mariah.
Yeah, this might be a surprising one, maybe, because this band has a lot of songs I could have picked, but for some reason I just like this one, and it's Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. I
Damned.
feel like a lot of people have like Girls, Girls, Girls for obvious reasons, or maybe Home Sweet Home, Dr. Feelgood. There's a lot of ones you can go with on this one, but I just think this one really encapsulates the song well. You've got the intro. I like the black and white. You have the cars. You've got the planes. You've got everything going super fast, and everything just kind of feels like it's at a frenetic pace a little bit, and there's a lot going on in the video, which I feel totally works for Kickstart My Heart, and I like that it kind of feels a little bit like a tribute to their career so far, and kind of, their career with Vince,
Yeah.
popular career at any rate.
Yep.
But I just feel that the video is so cool and it works really well with the song, and it gets me excited, and it also, kind of makes me think back a little bit, and so I really like that video. That is my number 5. Yeah.
And
Nice.
that video also has Sam Kinison in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Right
Yeah.
in the car at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. I just think that video is pretty cool, and I feel like I can't imagine anything else being the video for that one. So,
Love that song and great video. The only problem I have with that song is that they rhymed ass with ass when Vince is talking.
yes.
There he goes, uh, years gone by, I'd say we've kicked some ass and blah, blah, blah. I'd say we're still kicking ass. Like,
Yeah, years gone by. Yeah.
you don't rhyme ass with
Still
ass.
kicking ass. I don't know. For some reason, I like it a little bit.
Okay.
I shouldn't, but only Motley Crue would do that.
Yeah. I don't think
I mean,
I don't think anybody in Motley Crue had their English degree, if you know what I'm saying.
No.
All right, Jay, what's your number 5?
oh, my number 5 Warrant. Same album on Mariah's shirt, but the song Uncle Tom's Cabin. That
Hell
video
yeah.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I fully expected to hear. I mean, that's one of the greatest storytelling videos of the genre. So I
Yep.
don't want to go into it too much because it's on my fucking list too.
It's also on
Duly
my.
noted. We can move on.
All right. Okay, Ryan, what's your number 5?
Well, here's where I'm gonna cheat, and I don't give a shit because I can't decide. So I'll let you guys decide. Slash the people in the comments. I got Van Halen doing Pound Cake and Hot for Teacher. Okay, I don't
Pound
care.
cake, man.
I'm-
Definitely pound cake.
Oh, that a boy, dude.
Well, that's what I would go with as well.
Wow. Okay, so it's a 2 for 1. Okay, fully different icons. Hot for Teacher is iconic in an obvious fashion. Roth doing his little shimmy and he opens his robe and shimmies back. That's pretty killer, obviously. But then there's the whole like mid 80s thing going on. But then there's Pound Cake, and it's like the ideal Van Hagar era for me. My favorite album for sure. The video is huge, slick, teeming with chicks, and Michael Anthony finally shaved his beard. But the only thing wrong with this video, which made it a tie, is Sammy's wardrobe is just god awful. So anyway, I'll let the viewers decide. I wanted to wrap it up quick because I'm cheating here. So it's Van Halen, Pound Cake, or Hot for Teacher. I don't care. You decide.
I'll say this: Van Halen never fucking knew how to dress. Remember, they'd wear like Zubas, fucking sweatpants. I mean, they never looked like they were obviously awesome, but they never looked like they came on stage and you're like, what the fuck are you wearing? Anyway,
Oh, dude, yeah. Look at
I think a lot of people will go for Hot for Teacher because I feel like that's an iconic video.
Yeah.
But I've never liked Hot for Teacher. That is an unpopular opinion. I love
You
a
don't
bunch
like-
of their other songs. I don't
you
care
don't
for
like
that
the
one.
song very much.
No, I don't like the song very much, so I don't go back to the video a lot, but I really like the Pound Cake video. But my favorite Sammy album is 5150. I don't hear
Yeah.
that one being people's favorite as much.
Oh wow, I think it's between 5150 and For Unlawful. I think is like the consensus, but
Mhm.
yeah, the great album, great choice by you for sure.
No, that's my second favorite Sammy one, so that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah.
all right.
Probably third overall.
My number 5, and Mariah, you don't have to say, but I'll be shocked if this fucking video isn't on your list. It's Guns N' Roses' November Rain, one of the most epic fucking videos in history. I love that ballad, but I wrote a couple notes because in a way, I look at that video and it's kind of fucking funny. Like like picture this, it's 1992 and Axl Rose is fucking depressed because Nirvana will do that to a guy. Video kicked off with him tossing and turning in bed. And then he's popping pills like Tic Tacs because apparently rock stardom is so stressful, like he needs a nap. And then you get the big piano intro, and then we're off to a wedding. Like, that costs more than the fucking United States military. And then he's marrying Stephanie Seymour, who's hot as shit. The band's there. Slash and Duff are like smoking during the wedding because obviously that's what they do. Then Slash is like, fuck this. And he goes outside and shreds a guitar solo out in the middle of nowhere. And, where's the church? But who cares? He's Slash. He solos where he damn well pleases. And then bam, here comes the November rain because nothing says happily ever after like a sudden downpour, ruining your $10,000 cake. And then there's chaos and fucking, then the next thing you know, you're at a funeral. Yep, Stephanie's dead. Plot twist. And then Axel's all, sad and like, but we don't know how she died. Did she drown in the rain? Slip on some cake? Like we'll never know, but the whole thing ends and Axel looks miserable. Uh, Probably regrets not eloping, but it is fucking epic. And you can tell that was one of the biggest budgets. I mean, they got the whole fucking the fucking what's it called? All the people who play fucking strings and shit.
Orchestra.
Orchestra, yeah.
Orchestra and this the huge fucking church. I mean, it looks like a real wedding, and I do think it's one of the greatest ballads of all time. It's so epic, and I think a lot of people would say that's one of the best ballads ever. So that's my number
Yeah.
five.
Couple of things on that. First of all, the other funny moment you didn't mention is the cake jumper.
Yeah,
And I believe they figured out that that was Ricky Rockman jumping through the
right,
cake.
right.
But also you do know how she died because they have a mirror on one side of the coffin, and they would do that for when somebody committed suicide through
Oh,
a headshot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she
Okay.
committed suicide, and it's part of a trilogy with the other ones, which goes kind of through a relationship. But yeah, good times, bad times, and all good things come to an end in sometimes very awful ways. And then, you continue the sadness into estranged. But
Well,
yeah,
if you married Axel in 1992, that'd probably make you do some crazy shit. So,
yep,
all right.
yep. But no, that's how she died in the video.
Okay. Well, damn.
Dude, I must say, between Janie's Got a Gun and this song, I am not huge into either one of those bands, but damn, those videos were on fucking all the time at
Yes.
that point.
Oh,
And I must admit, I watched them both intently, and they were both pretty damn good videos.
and just real quick, I loved the opening line when he says, "I can look when I look into your eyes." I love the next part. I can see a love restrained. I just thought that was so poetic. I can see a love restrained. I don't know. I just thought that was cool as shit. So,
Yeah, but then and then she couldn't love him. And there's a line in there, like I'll be there to love you when there's no one left to blame, or something like
yep,
that,
yep,
or
yep,
something like some. It's not exactly that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's kind of a haunting song for
yep,
sure. But it's a good
totally,
one.
totally. All right, we're moving on to our number fours, Mariah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little surprised if this makes no one's list or if someone doesn't talk about this song. But my number four is 18 in Life by Skid Row. I thought that was a phenomenal video. I liked the story it had in there, and it's a very serious topic, kind of like How's It Pain? And to me, that just absolutely enhances the great song to me. And yeah, I've always loved the song. I've always loved the video for as long as I can remember. So that is my number four.
You can tell even on the I Remember You video, they were trying to be like, hey, don't paint us as a oh I fucking love you sappy ballad band. They because that the I Remember You video is pretty like sad and
It is.
like this guy's life has turned to shit and all he does is think about this girl that whatever and he becomes like a homeless alcoholic or something. Anyway, you're talking about but yeah, 18 in Life That's a great story video. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Jay, what's your number four?
Nothing but a good time.
Okay.
That's a great song.
Hell yeah.
It's definitely my favorite Poison video. I did love Something to Believe in. And I don't think, off the first album, they had some cheesy shit for videos. But off of Open Up and Say, the neon green. I mean, that in itself makes it fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I like the stage setup in it, and the dishwasher motif and stuff. You know, I can see why someone working that job, which I did at one point. Also, you're looking for any type of getaway, and Poison provided that, and their video provided that.
When that dude kicks the door open and you see that epic stage and that fucking neon green, I think that's like so epic. Like that, if you watch that song and didn't want to see Poison in concert, like you were completely out of your fucking mind. Like
Agreed.
great
Yep.
performance, shit.
I love it. Love that song. And
That
the video.
that could have easily made my list, but I tried not to have two songs from a band. So,
I know. That was third for me. That one came so close too.
yep. Yep. All right. Ryan, what's your number four?
My number four is Europe doing Cherokee.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
another disclaimer. I'm a huge fan of desert hair metal. And for some reason, it's just a killer backdrop for me. Think XYZ Inside Out, House of Lords, Can't Find My Way Home, Wasp. Anyway, I love this shit. I love this era for these guys. Europe absolutely rules. They deserve a full video on the Hair Metal Guru channel. And
Coming
that's
up.
right.
Coming up. It'll happen at some point.
Yeah. No, I love them. It's still weird hearing a band from Sweden though talk about American history or
Right.
lack thereof or Cherokees, But that's a great song and video. That's a good call.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that video.
Yeah.
That's not one I saw today. Like,
I'm just glad you didn't say the final countdown because I hate that fucking song.
You know, that's a song I could do without at this point.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard it a lot. My brother went through an obsessive phase with it. I've heard it a lot.
Yeah. But I love this band. Their first three or not their first three, sorry. Their big three are huge for me.
Yep.
Sure.
Me
Okay.
too.
My number four. It's my turn to take a shot at Poison, and I'd be shocked if nobody else has this one, but I'm going with Fallen Angel. And has anybody had Fallen Angel yet?
No.
Nope.
Okay. That's a cool story song, and it's not obviously not a ballad, but the girl Susie Hatton was actually Brett's girlfriend in the video. She is a fucking smoke show, and at first, like, the family's eating dinner, and she just looks like a regular Midwestern girl wearing a fucking sweatshirt and whatever. Announces to her family that she's leaving home to go to LA to be a big star. The family's devastated. She goes there and goes through the whole casting couch routine. Guys look and feel her up and down, and this, one sleazy guy takes her under his wing and gives her the fancy jewels and the parties and the limo rides. She starts thinking, oh, maybe this is what I wanted. You can see at first she's like tired of getting groped and all that shit, but then she's like, okay, fuck, I'm starting to see some of the fruits of this, getting what I wanted. But then they're at a club, and then she realizes, like, fuck, I'm not the only girl that apparently he's pulling this whole thing with. So then she kicks him on the balls and goes out on a motorcycle with Brett Michaels, which is kind of funny because obviously Brett Michaels is a kind, respectable gentleman who will be faithful to her and not go on stupid shows like Rock of Love while she sits at home with the kids. So
It's a great show.
yes. So anyway, and then she goes off with Brett, and then you see like another girl come in, and how many times, how many fucking girls left? Somebody said, "Oh, you're really pretty. You should be a model," and they fucking went off to California, and and maybe off topic, but I bet almost every girl that ends up in porn, that wasn't their original intention. They were probably going to California to be a movie star or a model, and nothing was happening. And somebody said, "Hey," which is actually kind of sad in a way. I don't mean to get into that, but it's a great fucking song. It's one of my favorite Poison songs and epic video. So, Fallen Angel, it's my number 4.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right. Okay, we're moving on to our number 3s, Mariah.
Yeah, number 3. Hey, well, I'll take another stab at Poison, and it'll be the 4th Poison song we've had on here because apparently we picked 4 different Poison songs between the 3 of us. I have Talk Dirty to Me.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like, along with Living on a Prayer, if you want fun in an 80s video, that's it.
Yeah.
The amount of energy they have, they're jumping around, he's playing a guitar, he's throwing it away, and then goes,
Yep.
when it disappears, and they're going down slides, and everything is fun colors and crazy, and they just look like they're having the time of their lives. Their outfits are cool, they're cool. That song is just 80s fun, wrapped in a video with a big red hat and a bow on top, and you're having the time of your lives. And if you don't want to see Poison sing that, you're crazy.
You look at that video, and the opening video was actually a song called Cry Tough. And
Yep.
obviously they weren't huge because Talk Dirty to Me is the song that broke that album. But when they recorded the video, it wasn't big budget. So
They look
they just,
huge though.
they just depended on their fucking energy and their fucking craziness. And you're right. Like you couldn't watch that and go, holy fuck, I need to see that band live.
The
One
best of
thing
the
I really
advertising.
do love about that video is all the guitars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When they get that shot of that whole line of guitars, I mean, that's what made me fall in love with BC Rich.
Nice.
I mean,
So
They
even if
look
we
like
did,
superstars.
even if we do a part 2, I'll just throw it out there. I had Fallen Angel. I wanted to do Every Rose because
Oh,
I love shit that shows the road and, the highs and lows of the road. And I love that song. And I think so. Every Rose would have been one that would have been close to making my list. So anyway,
yeah. No, there were a couple of kings to me of 80s videos, and Poison is like top 3 for
totally,
me.
totally.
So good. So
Yep.
good at it.
All right, Jay, what's your number 3?
it's been mentioned already, but 18 in Life.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I saw that video, I was like, it wasn't long after I'd heard the song. I was like, holy shit. And fucking true tale of something gone bad. If I remember right, the 2 kids in that video, they were in a band or some shit.
Yes.
I don't
Oh,
know what
like
the hell.
Forgotten something. Fuck. I listened to some of their songs. There was actually one that was pretty good. They actually, I think, had a song called like Skid Row Star or something. Somebody hit me up in the comments. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, great video, great song, great band.
I don't remember like in Fargo, like we had like one big rocks. I don't remember hearing Youth Gone Wild a lot in Fargo. I think I heard it a couple times, and loved it. But fuck, when 18 to Life came out, that thing was all over, even small little North Dakota. So yeah, epic video.
Yep.
All right, Ryan, what's your number 3?
Here's where I got the artistic music video masters in Queensryche doing I Don't Believe in Love.
Ooh,
And there were several to choose from these guys. I chose this because of the epic drum set. If you remember the chains all over his drum set, fucking killer drums on this song. And the fact that Tate was kind of like peaking in 88 and 90. So this entire album is a masterpiece. They released a shit ton of videos, and it was a tough choice for me, but I really do like the Queensryche artsy shit.
I'm shocked. I didn't remember thinking I didn't know you were into Queensryche at all.
Yeah, they kind of like, I'm like a 86 to 90 Queensryche guy.
Yep.
and prior to that they were a little too maidenish, and after that they lost me with Promised Land. But yeah, I really like their big three right there in the middle.
Okay.
Their last album was incredible. They kind of lost me for a little bit, but their last album was a real big return to me. I love that album. Eyes of a Stranger almost made my list.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
I love those songs, love the band, and the videos are great.
I'm kind of with you. I love the '80s Queensryche. Promised Land till Jeff Tate was out of the band, lost me. Todd Latour's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he rules.
the stuff they've released with him is really good.
Yes.
All right. My number 3. It's fucking Jay's number 3. It's 18 in Life. It's one of the best storytelling videos. You know, they got a good budget. You know, Ricky goes off to prison, got a horrible home life, ends up blowing away his best friend when they're out drinking and, you know, has his dad's gun and fucking goes off to prison. So anyway, uh, it, iconic video. And I would have thought that would make everybody's list. So Ryan, you haven't had that, have you?
Not yet.
Okay, I didn't mean to.
Hey,
I didn't mean to like.
we all have a song. I was like, please, I can't be the only one to have this. This
I
would be
was.
sad.
I just assumed that would be a video that would make everybody's list, but
Yeah, well, there were a couple I assumed to make everyone's list, and they didn't. So,
right.
And I say not yet, assuming there'll be a part 2.
Okay.
oh,
All right. Maybe it won't make. All right. Okay.
right.
We're on to our number 2s. Mariah, what's your number 2?
Yeah. So the reason I'm wearing this shirt today, and this song has already been mentioned, it is Uncle Tom's Cabin by Warrant.
Nice.
That was a phenomenal video. It's a phenomenal song. I absolutely love that song. But you almost feel like you're in the situation they're in when he's narrating the story, and then you see the story kind of go with him. Like, it's almost like a movie. You feel like you are kind of lost in it, and it really adds to the lyrics. It's the visuals really add to it. It's such a great song, and it's a great video. I absolutely love it.
I've said this many times. I wish we could have found out what would happen to Warrant, their legacy, and Janie Lane if they had not written Cherry Pie and that album had been called what it was originally meant to be called, which was Uncle Tom's Cabin. And Uncle Tom's Cabin was supposed to be the first single. Instead, it's Cherry Pie, and everything changes. You know,
Yeah.
not that oh, Janie Lane would have been fine after that. I'm sure, if you're going to be an alcoholic, you're probably going to be an alcoholic. But
Yeah.
it just,
It's a question of how quick
yes,
you're going to have some sort of serious consequence.
you wonder
Yeah.
if Dog Eat Dog would have done better if they hadn't just been known as, the cheesy sex rock Cherry Pie band. If they had maybe, oh wow, hey, look, these guys grew and they matured. Look at this Uncle Tom's Cabin. Maybe Dog Eat Dog gets a more fair shot if
It's
that's what they're
possible.
known for.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't. It is disappointing. I will be the
Sure.
first to say I love the Cherry Pie video. I love the
Sure.
song. Not
Sure.
as much as everything else, and it's disappointing. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and we're going through like favorite songs of bands because we're bored. And I think I told you he's a huge fan of Kiss, and
Yeah.
his room is decorated like the Animalize album. Like
Yeah,
he's got
yeah. You texted that to me.
all sorts of different stuff in there. We're going through all these bands, Dawkins, all sorts of stuff. And I go, all right, what's your favorite Warrant song? And he goes, Warrant? Ooh, I think I only know one song, Cherry Pie. And I'm like, seriously? You should know so much more. And then he goes, after a while, he goes, wait a minute, wasn't there like an Uncle Tom's Cabin song by them? And I go, yes, it's so much better. Check out the rest of the stuff. But, maybe a bunch of people like him who is, into the stuff, but not as much, wouldn't know the band outside of that. So,
I,
you know,
I wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me if Cherry Pie made this list. It's fucking iconic.
I would have considered it, but I mean, obviously, I don't have it on mine. The reason why, I mean, I like all the songs on my list. I really don't care much for Cherry Pie as an adult. Teenage me, of
Sure.
course, I liked it. But retrospect, my least favorite song on the CD.
Yeah,
yeah,
back when
it might
back
be
when
mine too. I do
back
like
when
the
you
video.
Back when you were masturbating 7 times a day, you loved cherry pie. Now
Now
you're
it's
only
just six.
but now you're only masturbating 4 times a day, so it's not that important anymore.
Fall
All
through the cracks a little bit.
right. All right. Hey, you got to let those calluses build up. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jay, what's your number? Fucking wait. Is it Jay? Number 2? Jay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Jay.
November Rain.
Okay.
You already said everything there is to say about it. Ricky Rackman got brought into it. So, yeah, I mean, my words have already been spoken by others. So, yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Yes, I do. Proudly.
Oh shit. Okay. Forgot about those.
I love it.
I was kind of wondering if something like that was going to make an appearance tonight.
Gotta be
I've
honest.
been, I have been fucking waiting ever since we started this. You
those do
never,
add some fun to the video. Let's be honest. And eventually, I'll probably make fun of myself, but so far it's just going to be you guys. All right.
fair enough.
Ryan, what's your number 2?
Well, my number 2 is Motley doing Dr. Feelgood. And this one was a very tough choice for me, but I think I've said it before. My favorite part of any music video of all time is the part of the I've got one thing you'll understand. And Vince drops in and he's just so fucking killer in that point. And he's so on just epic Vince Neil, 11 out of 10, looking killer, everything. It's my just iconic Vince part. But the other most iconic Vince part, and I was torn between this and Home Sweet Home, was at the end of Home Sweet Home when they're wrapping the video up and it's all slow motion and they pan to Vince and he has the most happy smile on his face. And that's like the most happy point of Vince's life. And I chose this one because he's so much more badass here and there's fire and there's ripping everything. So I love this song and I chose this one.
Everybody loves fire.
He did. I mean, he looked amazing on the Dr. Feelgood album.
Yeah.
He was in great shape. He was sober. I mean, he was definitely it's like he would make your list of the hottest hair metal dudes.
And he certainly did. And like watching the videos back then, like the live 89-90 tour, he was like, you realize why he was who he was. Like he commanded the stage. He was running everywhere. He was speaking in between songs. He looked the part and he just epitomized all things like blonde, hard rock, 80s killer at that point. And you kind of forget, like from, kind of like 93 on, he just wasn't that guy anymore. But he certainly was.
I mean, get to a point. I mean, Vince has never been a great singer. He's always been a great frontman. When he wants to turn it on, he still turn it on. And that's just very few and far between now.
Yeah.
So on Hair Metal Mansion, I played Motley Crue last week, and the program director is like, dude, if you play Motley Crue, you got to do this. Like, we have these song drops, where, hi, this is Vince Neil from Motley Crue, and you're listening to Hair Metal Mansion. Anyway, we have one because Vince came to that radio station, Rock 101 KLOL, and was wasted, and they got him to do one, and he's like, hey, Vince Neil, Motley Crue, and the dude sounds like he's about a .30, and it's hilarious. In a way, it's kind of sad too, because you're like, geez, man. So anyway, the guy was a rock god. His daughter died in 95. I mean, the dude got a shitty hand. So, I feel for him in a way, but I wish he could, hey, her up and get his shit straight and give us, a good because the guy, even if Motley Crue, he can go out and do solo shows and still be a big force in rock and roll.
Yeah, me and some friends were having the same discussion about him the other night. If you got dealt the cards Vince Neil got dealt in life, you'd be hard pressed not to be the same way. I mean,
Totally.
for the stuff
Oh,
with
yeah.
Razzle,
Totally.
he didn't ask for Razzle to be the person that rode along to the liquor store. He didn't ask for his daughter to die.
Yep,
I mean,
it's true.
you have to feel bad for Vince.
No, I want,
Right.
as I said, I want to surprise me if he just disappeared after all that. We just
Oh, yeah.
didn't hear from him again. I think, gosh, killing someone in a drunk driving accident, where you're both so drunk and then your daughter dying. I don't think I would. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just such a
I would
deal.
I would absolutely disappear.
I, I got a
You'd
I got
never
a
see me
D
again.
I got a DUI in 1999, and I was a .27, and I had to go to all these alcohol class, and that was like a normal night of drinking for me. I had to go like blackout. I had to go to these alcohol classes, and this mom came and was like talked about her kid being killed in a drunk driving accident to try to get all of us that had gotten DUIs that were there to listen to her, and that hit me so hard. And I went up to her at the end and I said, it may not be worth much, but I said, I just want you to know that I will never drink and drive again. And I drank for another 3 years. But even when I got blackout drunk, I never drove drunk again after hearing that lady's story. Like I would walk home, I would get rides, but I never got behind the wheel because there were so many nights I woke up and would be like, fuck, did I drive home? I don't know. I mean, before I listened to that lady, but after that, never again. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. That was Ryan. We're on my number two. It's Uncle Tom's Cabin. And you had to know I was gonna have Warrant and I was probably gonna have that song. Uh Amazing song. One of the greatest videos I think of all time. Great story, and again, I love if you look at the CD single, and maybe I'll put the picture in here. It's like the band sitting in that dark, like smoky club where the shit happens in the video. I wish that would have been the cover of the album. It looks so cool. So anyway,
When we were talking about the cherry pie thing and the Uncle Tom's Cabin thing, I feel like Uncle Tom's Cabin would have been like just gone like this over a lot of like the teenagers' heads at that
sure,
point.
sure.
You know what they should have done? They should have called it Thin Disguise and put that fucking song on there.
Yes, yes. Shit,
Great
that's a
song. I
good
heard it
album
yesterday.
title too. Thin Disguise.
Exactly.
Oh man. All right. Okay. We're on to our number ones. I'm dying to hear what you guys got. Mariah, what's your number one?
Yeah, you already spoiled it. I've got November Rain as number one.
I knew
Yep.
it. I knew
Favorite
it.
band, one of my favorite songs for sure. And that video is just it's a journey. It's so cool. It's a long video. I was talking to a friend about doing these and she's like, "Okay, what's your number one? Like, how long's the video?" And I go, "It's 9 minutes." And she goes, "9 minutes? You watch all that?" I go, "Yeah, of course I do." And she just couldn't believe it. My dad's bald. That's true. True.
Yeah. I knew that was going to be your number one. I think you'd
Yeah.
said in the previous video that was like the greatest video of all time. So
It's my
I
favorite
haven't
music
had a
video.
chance to watch your guys' 10 things I think about Guns N' Roses yet, but I know Mariah's a huge fan. I figured November Rain was going to be your number one. I'm actually surprised you didn't have more, like half of your top 10 being Guns N' Roses songs.
Yeah, I mean, I considered it. There's a couple, Estranged, Yesterday's, Welcome to the Jungle. Like, there are other videos I really like, but
GNR
the
made
band
some
too.
fucking awesome videos. I mean, legendary stuff, really.
Yeah, no, to
Even
me,
Patience.
them and Poison were the best 80s videos consistently. It is it's the most views pre-YouTube of any music video. It's got like 2.2 billion, which is
Oh
insane.
my gosh.
yes.
Yeah, it's wild. It's like close to 2.3, and it's such a good video. One of the moments I like that's a little funny, kind of goofy moment is when, they're all smoking at the wedding and they kind of pull up and, Slash realizes he forgot the ring, and so he's like kind of like
Yes.
reaching in his pockets and freaking out, and the Duff's just like, here you go. He's got it on his finger waiting for him because he knew he was going to forget it. And I thought that was kind of a funny little moment. Maybe there's a little story behind that, but it
Yeah,
was like he was expecting it.
and I think I think one of them's smoking. I think Slash is smoking during that.
Slash definitely, yeah, Slash definitely is. And
Yeah.
I feel like the lyrics, although that's not immediately apparent that it's about a wedding or anything like that, I think the lyrics fit well with it. There's a line I really like, and I know it's hard to keep an open heart when even friends seem out to harm you, but if you could heal a broken heart, wouldn't time be out to charm you? And
Yeah.
I thought that was really good because, it's about a woman who's just hesitant, doesn't want to get married, but loves the person, and then she does, and they're all happy, and everything's great. But there's also bad times in life, kills herself, dies. It's sad. And at the end, he's like, don't you think that you need somebody? Everybody needs somebody. You're not the only one. And, a lot of singing at that at the end. It's sad, but, there's an orchestra, a wedding, there's a kick-ass guitar solo in a desert.
Yeah.
That video is everything you'd want and then some. It's kind of insane, but it's a great video. Expensive one too.
Yeah. Do you know why statistically husbands generally die before their wives? Because they want to. That's the fucking joke. What the fuck? See, now I can't even tell a joke when I'm sick.
It's the cold medication.
It is. Fuck, man. All right, but I think I'm coming through fairly well for feeling like shit all day. All right. We are now shit. Now we're out of order. Now, like you guys are. But anyway, it's Jay. Jay, what's your number one?
This video is banned from MTV. You're All I Need by Motley Crue.
Oh my gosh.
I like
Wow.
it.
Didn't see that coming.
Me neither.
Well, little known fact, it is my favorite song off the Girls album.
Mine too.
Mick Mars' solo in that song is fucking beautiful. And the little story that Nikki Sixx has to tell about when John Bon Jovi first heard that song
I like
is
that song.
fucking hilarious also. But the video, I remember I didn't see it until I got the Decade of Decadence home video because, like I said, banned by MTV. And I remember watching that video, I was, I don't know, probably 13, and thinking, yeah, I see why it got banned. I mean, different world back then, right? So, fucking, it's a great video, great song, great band at that point at least.
I have the VHS of Decade of Decadence right on my kitchen table where I do all.
I got all three of them right here in a crate. So.
Nice.
What
does it say? Whoever said the 6 o'clock news was pretty or something like that at the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
That it's been banned, but then again, that is my favorite song off that album. I love that song.
Jay, are your Motley Crue VHS cassettes split evenly up with all your porno VHS cassettes?
Who the fuck needs porn on VHS? Actually, my brother probably still has some on VHS.
I remember in college, a buddy of mine had like a shoebox full of cassettes or VHS, and that thing used to fucking make the rounds. You'd stop over and be like, "Hey man, can I borrow number 4 for like the next day?" And then maybe I'll trade that in for number 7. So anyway, yep. Okay.
I think most of us probably have a story similar to that. I got a few friends. They had a bait crate. It made the rounds amongst several people, magazines, videos, what have you.
Yeah, kids, back in the day, you had to fucking find VHS, and if you didn't have a buddy that had one, you had to go to a video store, and then you had to like sit and pretend like you wanted to watch you were walking around like you were gonna rent a regular movie, and then finally
And you had to see the book that was behind the counter or the little fucking room off to the
little
side.
room.
Yeah.
And you'd like sneak in there, and if there was too many people, you'd wait until there was nobody in there, and then you'd go into the little room, and then you'd like hurry up and find your video, and then you'd look outside.
And I see Mariah's face. She thinks we're fucking crazy. or they're from another planet.
And
No, I'm not surprised.
then
Everyone has their it's different things now, but I think everyone has a story where they have that similar kind of emotion of like, ooh,
and then if somebody came in while you were like in the dirty room, you'd be like fucking trying not to make eye contact, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop looking at the sick shit, and I'm gonna go to the normal porn anyway. Or am I the only one that had to do that? Anyway, okay.
No, but
All right.
you missed the best part. If you're in that section and it was a good looking chick, or well, any chick really walked in and they saw you, yeah, you made eye contact,
Uh,
asked if they wanted to try to reenact the movie.
I
And
don't
they
ever remember a good looking chick walking in, and I fucking very rarely ever did that or went into those rooms, but there was occasion. Anyway.
I'm calling bullshit right now, Jurgens.
Jeez. All right. Okay. All right. Fuck. Ryan, what's your number one?
My number one is Steelheart doing Angel Eyes, and it's got a little of everything for me. Got the studio stuff. He's courting a girl, and the desert rock again with the acrobatic, gymnastic, athletic, backbend, high note from hell. And this also happens to be my favorite ballad of all time. So Steelheart takes the cake from me.
I didn't see that. I knew you liked Steelheart. I didn't see that coming though.
nope, me neither.
All right.
Solid though.
Yeah, good song. My number one. The band's been talked about because I think probably we agree that this is one of the greatest video bands of the 80s. And I probably could have picked, I damn near picked Living on a Prayer. I could have picked You Give Love a Bad Name. But I think Wanted Dead or Alive best portrays the highs and lows of the road. And I love that shit. That's why I love Every Rose Has Its Thorn. If you've ever seen fucking Faithfully by Journey. You know, you see him on the tour bus, you see the alcohol, you see like, John, there's a part where he says, I've seen a million faces, and he throws out the microphone and then the lights come on and you see thousands of people and he's like, and I've rocked them all. But then, you see like they're sick and they're fucking, it's freezing out and they're going from a plane to, anyway. You get that epic guitar intro. It's like wintry and cold, and you hear that wind when Richie Sambora is playing that, and I just think it's. I do not get tired of watching that video, and I'll still like pause it and look for like, cool little things that happen, and it's one of the greatest road songs in music history, and Wanted Dead or Alive is my number one.
Nice.
Nice.
Great
I
song. Great
figured
video.
you'd have Bon Jovi somewhere. Or actually, I figured you'd have John Solo in Blaze of Glory.
That's a good one too, but no, I would have wanted, and then I thought, like I said, I thought about Living on a Prayer. That's fucking epic. So yeah,
I think this was the most surprising group of number ones for me. Like not mine, but like your three each
yeah,
surprised me because it's not what I would expect any of you to have at number one, and they're all great. But I'm just like, wow,
yeah, totally,
thought.
totally.
Oh, really? Ballads had the best music videos. I mean, or the majority of them.
Yeah.
Well, and here you're right, and I think ballads were expected to be fucking big, so I think they also got extra budget. You were going to get a little bit more money to make your ballad video because those had the best chance of going to the top 10 or number one,
Right.
right?
Well, like I almost had LA Guns on my list because I thought Over the Edge, I thought they did an actual release of it, not from Point Break. So I was watching it briefly and I couldn't find one. But I'm thinking maybe I should include something from LA Guns. The Ballad of Jane is the only video they have that doesn't suck.
Yep.
Right, right.
Their latest video, one of their latest videos was the worst one though. That single, ooh.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where this old guy comes into a club and
And he's the only one, and it's weird.
yes, I just think it sends a bad message. You know, it makes like that's like it seems like okay, if you're an LA Guns fan, you're probably an old fuddy-duddy who needs to, have a nap after every lunch, which kind of reminds me of myself. But anyway, I saw it and I'm like, and the song's decent, but I'm like,
Yeah, but the video makes it worse. That's not the message you want to send. That's the
no,
opposite message that you would want to send if you're trying to,
completely,
get it, people to listen to your stuff. This is, ugh.
completely
So
agree.
did no one have Home Sweet Home?
No,
Shockingly,
That's
no.
shocking.
None
crazy.
of us had something in not all four of us had something in common either. I'm shocked. We had bands
Well,
put
I
on
had the two
songs.
Motley songs and then one Vince solo song, so I figured, maybe if there's a part two.
Yeah,
Two
I
Motley
mean, I
songs
could
and a
have
Vince.
easily had Primal Scream also.
yeah,
Oh,
that's oh, dude, that's killer. Yeah,
no, but three of us had 18 in Life. Three of us had November Rain. Three of us had
Uncle
uh
Tom's Cabin.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Who didn't have Uncle Tom's Cabin?
Ryan
Ryan.
didn't have any of the three we just mentioned. This is Ryan. It's your fault. We could have had it.
But
You didn't.
he did have Bitter Pill, so
Yeah. Redeem yourself there. But I was shocked we didn't have any in common.
okay. Hey, there are so many fucking videos, so it was impossible. So there could definitely be a part two of this, and who knows when that will happen because I'm so fucking far behind in editing. I need to get some shit out. So we would love for you to go in the comments and tell us what you thought of our lists and tell us what would make your top 10 80s or hair metal music videos. So with that, it's time to say goodbye to our guests. And Mariah, awesome job. Nice cherry pie shirt. Thanks for being on.
Yep. No, thank you for having me. Hey, everything is better with a cherry pie shirt. Everything is better with Warren, period.
That's right. And
So, yeah, no, thanks for having me. This was so much fun. It was great to talk about the videos and also go, oh, yeah, I should put that on my list. But, oh, great stuff. Everyone's got some great shirts on tonight. And, yeah, thanks for having me.
absolutely. And geez, can you tell? Like, I think my voice is finally starting to get worse here. Like, it's good. We're almost at the end. So,
It's held on pretty good, though.
yes. So, Michael Jordan flu game. I'm going to make it to the end. Okay.
that's right.
Jay from Iowa, from city to city and Stone Park Ritual. Jay, great job. Thanks for being on.
Always a pleasure being on. And yeah, you do sound worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always go Wile E. Coyote and a little sign,
Yeah. It's not good. Hopefully I can coach tomorrow. So, all right, Ryan, vocalist for Metalcast and City to City, and hopefully my singing partner when I make my debut in a Metalcast song. Ryan, thanks for being on.
Thank you very much. Very good stuff.
Yes. Hey, would love it if you like, comment, all that shit. Subscribe. What the hell? Ring the bell if you want notifications. You have the opportunity to become a member. You get first response to comments, and early access to some of the videos. Hey, whatever you can do to support the channel. I just appreciate you being here. Until the next video comes out, my name is Anthony. I feel like shit. Take care of yourselves.